Hello, and welcome again to Living English. Today, we'll look at language you can use when going to the doctor. And we'll look at how to talk about what you prefer. But first, let's see sisters and brothers. In the last episode, Anne told the detective, John, that she thought she saw her brother at the market. Today, she's visiting the doctor.
Excuse me, I have an appointment to see Dr. Chang at 2:30.
And your name?
Lee, Anne Lee.
Ms. Lee. Yes. Please take a seat. Doctor will see you soon.
Thank you.
Ms. Lee? Doctor will see you now.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Lee, how can I help you?
I've been getting some very bad headaches lately and I feel tense.
When do you get them?
Usually at night, but sometimes in the morning too.
And have you been taking anything for them?
No.
You look tense. Are you working too hard?
Not really. I'm over here from Singapore buying wines.
But something's worrying you. Am I right?
Yes. I'm worried about my brother. He's been missing for 2 years.
No wonder you've been getting headaches. But just let me give you a checkup to make sure it's nothing else. Your blood pressure is a little high, but your heart is fine. I'm sure it's the worry about your brother that's causing the headaches.
What can I do?
Try to relax and get some rest. Do you prefer Western or Chinese medicine?
I prefer Chinese medicine.
Here are some tablets. Take 2 3 times a day and try not to worry about your brother. I'm sure you'll find him soon.
Thank you. I hope so.
And let's hope that Anne feels better soon. When Anne arrives at the doctor's, she first talks to the receptionist. Let's look again at her conversation with the receptionist.
Excuse me, I have an appointment to see Dr. Chang at 2:30.
And your name?
Lee, Anne Lee.
Ms. Lee. Yes. Please take a seat. Doctor will see you soon.
Thank you.
Anne tells the receptionist who she has come to see and the time of the appointment. She says, I have an appointment to see Dr. Chang. Practice this phrase with Anne while we see the clip again.
Excuse me, I have an appointment to see Dr. Chang at 2:30.
The receptionist asks for Anne's name. She doesn't say, what is your name, please? She just says, and your name? She might also say, what is your name? Or, what was the name? Then she asks Anne to take a seat while she waits. She means that she can sit down. Practice saying, please take a seat with the clip.
Ms. Lee. Yes. Doctor will see you soon. Ms. Lee. Yes. Please take a seat. Doctor will see you soon.
And finally, the receptionist says, Doctor will see you soon. She means Anne won't have to wait long. Later, she says something quite similar.
Ms. Lee? Doctor will see you now.
She means that Anne can go and see the doctor. Her wait is over. Let's look at the language the doctor uses to talk to Anne.
So, Ms. Lee, how can I help you?
Try saying, how can I help you with Dr. Chang?
So, Ms. Lee. So, Ms. Lee, how can I help you?
Now let's look at how Anne describes what is wrong with her. Listen.
I've been getting some very bad headaches lately and I feel tense.
Anne says she's been getting headaches. Headaches are a pain in the head. Let's look at the phrase have been getting. If Anne has a headache now, she would say, I have a headache. If she had a headache yesterday, she would say, I had a headache. But she says, I have been getting headaches. So she has had headaches in the past, and she is still having headaches now. Have been getting refers to an action that started in the past and is still going on. And it's a continuous action. Getting a headache doesn't happen just at one time. It goes on for a long time. Let's look at some other examples of this present perfect continuous tense.
And have you been taking anything for them?
No.
The doctor asks Anne, have you been taking anything for them? That is, has Anne been taking any medicine for her headaches? The doctor wants to know if, when Anne gets a headache, she takes medicine and is still taking medicine when she gets a headache. Here's one more example.
But something's worrying you. Am I right?
Yes, I'm worried about my brother. He's been missing for 2 years.
Anne says that her brother has been missing for 2 years. 2 years ago, he went missing. Now, he is still missing. So he has been missing for 2 years. The action started in the past, continued until the present, and is still continuing now. Let's try some other examples. First, repeat what Anne said. He's been missing for 2 years. He's been missing for 2 years. Now let's use different words. I, looking for him, a year. I've been looking for him for a year. I, waiting, an hour. I've been waiting for an hour. She, studying, 3 years. She's been studying for 3 years. We, driving, since 6 a.m. We've been driving since 6 a.m. And remember that we use for to talk about a length of time. For an hour. For 3 years. We use since to talk about a specific time in the past. Since 6 a.m. Since yesterday. And here's Michelle Crowden. I've been waiting for you.
Well, you can stop waiting now. I'm here.
What are we going to talk about today?
About preferences and choice. First, let's look at a question Dr. Chang asks Anne.
Try to relax and get some rest. Do you prefer Western or Chinese medicine?
I prefer Chinese medicine.
The doctor asks Anne whether she prefers Western or Chinese medicine. She is offering Anne a choice. She uses the word prefer. This means to like something more than something else. And she uses the word or to show that the choice is between two things. In her answer, Anne says which one she likes more. She says, I prefer Chinese medicine. Brenton, here are 2 pictures. This is a portrait, a picture of someone, and this is a landscape, a picture of a scene. Do you prefer the portrait or the landscape?
I prefer the landscape.
Now try asking the question. Remember to use or. First about the pictures. Do you prefer Do you prefer the portrait or the landscape?
We can also talk about things you prefer doing. Look at how we do this. Michelle, do you prefer swimming or running?
I prefer running. I could also say I prefer running to swimming. What about you?
I prefer swimming to running.
Try at home with some choices. You say which you prefer. Staying home, travelling. Now say which you prefer to the other. Reading, watching TV. Now say which you prefer to the other. Let's look again now at how Anne described her symptoms. Symptoms are the signs that something is wrong with you.
I've been getting some very bad headaches lately and I feel tense.
Anne says she's been getting headaches, pains in her head. What are some similar words?
We can also talk about a stomach ache, a pain in the stomach, and toothache, a pain in a tooth.
And Anne says she feels tense. What other words might you use to describe how you feel to a doctor?
You might say, I feel sick, or I feel hot, or I feel cold.
Let's look at what the doctor does to find out what's wrong with Anne.
Your blood pressure is a little high, but your heart is fine.
The doctor says Anne's blood pressure is a little high. Try saying this with Dr. Chang. Your blood pressure is a little high.
But your heart is fine. Your blood pressure is a little high, but your heart is fine.
Your blood pressure is a little high. What else could Dr. Chang have said?
Try saying the phrase with these different words. Very high. Your blood pressure is very high. Low. Your blood pressure is low. Very low. Your blood pressure is very low. Too high. Your blood pressure is too high.
If a doctor says your blood pressure is too high or too low, they mean you have to do something about it. Something is wrong.
And you can use the same words about your temperature. Your temperature can be high or low, too high or too low.
What does Dr. Chang think about Anne's symptoms? What is her diagnosis?
A diagnosis is the doctor's opinion about what is wrong. Listen.
I'm sure it's the worry about your brother that's causing the headaches.
The doctor is sure that Anne's worry about her missing brother is causing her headaches.
Let's look now at what advice the doctor gives. What does she advise Anne to do?
Try to relax and get some rest.
Here's a question. How many tablets does Anne have to take every day? Watch.
Here are some tablets. Take 2 3 times a day.
How many?
2 tablets. 3 times a day, she must take 2 tablets. That would be 6 tablets.
That's right. 3 times simply means 3 different occasions. How many times have we presented Living English so far?
28 times.
That's amazing. Well, we hope you can join us for our 29th time.
When we'll be in the kitchen and finding out where things are.